Loud and clear. Thanks, Rob.
Sure.
Got it. Okay, Sarah, it's all yours.
Thanks, Evie. Happy Wednesday. And let's just start. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And let's just start right away. I would like to fill Evie Jack's bucket up all the way to the top. We had bold step one on Monday for the entire San Diego County for all the offices. And we had two other TLs come help out. We had Alicia there checking people in. Evie and I were cleaning up at the end of the day, and I said, we filled her entire car with stuff. And I said, what time did you get here today? Because she doesn't tell you what time her little spy self pops into places to make the magic happen. And she said something that started with a 6. And I don't remember if it was 6:15 or 6:30 or 6:05, but it was early. And so thank you, Evie, for making our events as magical as they can be and making sure people are taken care of. And, you know, all that good stuff. We were fed, we were watered, we were happy. It was awesome. Yes, Evie is the reason our office looks like we have our stuff together. So thank you for that, Eve. It's a blessing to me, I know, and I know that you guys, she's a blessing to so many of us. So thank you for that, my darling. Anybody else want to just fill a bucket real quick in any capacity?
I do, Sarah. Again, I just wanted to say thank you also for you and everyone else that helped at check-ins. And huge thank you to Eddie and Matt Kish for kicking off our breakfast for our bold event. Thank you. And also for our escrow partners, Nicole and Ashley, for covering our lunch. So our agents that came that day are very happy and their bellies were full. So I appreciate it very much.
And there's a lot, you guys. There's like 170 or so people in the room. So thank you to our people for taking care of us. And we're excited for those of you who are going to stick with it. For welcomes this week, I'd like to welcome Reedy. And she is likes to be called Red, just so you know. And she is married to John and Nazra. So they are forming a team, and she is coming over to us from Compass in the LA area. And she's super excited to join the family. Market moment. I'll save some time because we have some cool stuff going on. The market moment update for this week, if anybody wants to throw anything in the chat, since we're all on Zoom, please go ahead and do it if anything's been interesting or weird. I know Mike Law had been sharing with us all that one of the new builders has been reducing prices from nearly 3 million down to, was it a $700,000 reduction? It was a huge reduction. So I'll get the details and share it with everybody. It's be mindful with your clients right now and all the market movement and what's going on. There's a lot of opportunity to help your people win big and make great offers and get good deals going if you are staying present and being aware of what's going on out there. So our numbers month over month, our average sales price continues to be up 10% year to date from last year. And the total units closed are still, down 24%. So that's just what it is right now. That's not good, bad, or different. It's just knowledge. Stay tuned. Next week is Broker Bob's class. The week after is Ashley's market stats again. And I know that we are riveted to see where are we going on a 30-day rolling basis right now. So stay present. You're here. You're the choir I'm preaching to. So it's the other ones. Make sure you're sharing the details with our friends out there who don't attend all the events, and make sure that we stay knowledgeable because we're not all learning the same things. And so that's how you're going to stay ahead of your clients, by talking to them. Russ Bradshulis, are you on here? I'm totally going to call you out if you are. He's probably busy following up on the 168 text messages he sent this morning. He and I had a deep dive into business, and I just want to share that he was looking at database conversations and what's going on and using Jacqueline's seminar in a box that she rolled out a couple of weeks ago. I've told the agents I really want to work on just giving people a do now. My teacher speak coming out. Here's a thing, go do this thing, you'll get results. So Jacqueline's going to share the next do now today when I give her a chance to speak in a minute. And I mean a chance because I talk a lot. Russ is doing the seminar in a box right now. Kevin King has it launching as well. And You guys, in his couple of days, it's just been this week. We talked on Monday. It's only Wednesday. He keeps texting me, just found another buyer, just found another seller. All these people are coming out of the woodwork. So he's getting this material just from inviting people to come learn how to be a smart buyer in this market by using the prepackaged seminar in a box. And he's doing it on Zoom because he's doing it in 2 states because he's from 2 places. There's so much possible. Please dive into what we're giving you and uncover the opportunity to help more people.
Also, the seminar kit just launched in Spanish. So I have added that link. It's in the same spot everything else was for the last seminar. That's in the chat.
Jacqueline, since you popped in now and you don't really have a spot where I have to, cut to you for anything, will you share quickly now the next due now that we put together for October?
Yes, I absolutely will. So we heard that you guys like having things built for you and then taking it and talking to all your humans. So we're doing it again. So this is going to be a pumpkin carving contest. And here's how it's going to work. I will put a link in the chat, but I will also post this on our Facebook page. So don't worry, it will be there. I just wanted to explain it so you guys know what to do. So this is how it's going to work. Starting today, you can have entries. All of your entries will be due at 5 p.m. on October 30th. We'll pick a winner on October 31st. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick your platform. You decide, I don't care, it's your business, you pick. You can either have people text you photos of the pumpkin, they can tag you on social media, or they can email you photos. But we want you to be receiving these photos. It's an excuse for you to reach out, post something, and have your people say, hey, how do I enter? I want to enter. And then you tell them how. I would suggest just picking one, either text, social, or email. It's up to you. To announce the contest, I've pre-made graphics for you. There are versions for Metro, there are versions for Signature, and there are versions for each of these 3 styles of entry, which makes a total of 6 different graphics. Pick the one that's the right office and the right platform for you and post it. There is also simple wording already pre-built for you when you launch this. So there's wording in there, there's graphics in there. That's how you're going to launch the contest. Now, what's going to happen is, however you've chosen for these people to send you their pumpkins, you're going to figure out how you want to do that. Once you get their information, you, the agent, are going to go to the Google form. And again, all of this is in one Google Share Drive. You're going to go to that Google form that's in this Google Share Drive, and you as the agent are going to enter in your contestant's name, phone, and address. So this is an excuse. If you don't have their phone or address, this is a great excuse to get it because they need that for the prize. So you're going to enter that. You're going to enter your name and which office you're in. You're going to do all of that by 5 p.m. on October 30th. I'm going to take all of those entries, pull one winner. We're going to do a random winner for the office. So I will pull that and announce that on Halloween. My suggestion, the bonus idea, is that you as the agent also do a prize. So we, the office, will do one $50 Amazon card for one randomly drawn entry. My idea would be that you as an agent, however you're collecting those, just make notes. You pick your favorite based on design, based on people, however you decide, whatever your favorite pumpkin is. Go buy like a $15 coffee card and award that to the pumpkin that's your favorite. That way you're guaranteed a winner from your group that you can publicize on your social media, email, or text chain so that you can celebrate somebody. So literally all this takes is a $15 commitment from you or none at all. I will post this on Facebook. Ask me questions there. Everything will be in the Google Drive. Happy pumpkin carving.
Thank you. This will be this week's Marketing Monday because Monday was a holiday. And this idea, you guys, just so you know, comes from like a giant team who does tons of business. And our mission is to take that kind of possibility and streamline it into simple do now events for you guys continually. So go look for the directions on Facebook, check out the Google Drive. And if you have questions, just ask them individually to us and we'll help you navigate it on your own to help you find more business and be like Russ and be texting me over and over and over again with all the people who have to do things now. Okay.
Or ask them on the Facebook page so that everybody can see the answers all at once.
Yeah. Yes, do it that way. Jacqueline's always thinking differently than me and it makes it more streamlined. Okay. Evie.
Ma'am.
Events update, please.
Lots. Same thing. We've got SJ back for our language of real estate tomorrow at 8:30 via Zoom. followed by Nick's Smart Plans Tech Training at 9:30 via Zoom again. And then Broker Bob is back. Yay! For his Thursdays with BB with his special guest, Broker Terry Levis. BB, can you just give us a quick little quick snippet about your guest tomorrow?
Well, of course I can, Evie. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I am back. I did have a little hiatus after my surgical recovery. It was hard for me to do some of the things. And I'm excited with this week's guest. Her name is Terry Levis. She is actually a broker. She joined us. It's been a couple of years. And then she left us and came back. But her story is unique. She doesn't even live in San Diego County. So you might want to come hear why she thinks we're such a great office. Streaming on YouTube later as well, too. If you can't make the session, go back and listen to it. Back to you, Evie.
Thank you, BB. And again, for the ones that are actually attending Bold, just a reminder, there is no Bold next Monday. The next one will be the following week after that, which is October 24th. So there is still plenty of time to sign up. If you have any questions, education point questions, I'm happy to help. The staff is happy to help. We still have some spots there. Do not miss Cody, the amazing Cody Gibson, just the best Bold instructor out there. So thank you. Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Evie and BB. And I did post a link for the scholarship information in the Facebook page. The deadline is October 19th. However, you need a letter from me if you're applying for it. So I asked that if you're applying for it, you apply by Friday. So I have time to get you your letter so we don't miss the dates. There's criteria on there. So please look at the Google form and make sure you match the criteria. And if so, please apply. There's money to be given away and to be granted. And we want as many booties in the room for Cody's booty teaching Bold, Alicia, right? Come for the food and the looks and stay for the learning. I tell you, there were 3 amazing tips given out in step 1 that those things alone will change your business if you implement them. If you come for 7 weeks straight, then you're going to get things that will average you about 140,000 in GCI based on average numbers over the next 6 months. So you decide what works for you. If you have a better way, maybe I haven't heard about that one. I'm a little snarky about that. That's okay. So let's go to our SMP spotlight for today. And Joe Guido, I believe that's you, Guidi. I always say Guido.
Yeah, everybody calls me Guido. It's okay.
I'm from New Jersey. I can't help it. So Joe, I know everybody always talks about how much they love you when it comes to insurance. Give us your 5 minutes today, please.
Sure. So a little update on what's going on in the market. Just like every other area of our economy, prices are going up. And the reason why is just a quick little lesson here is we have these companies like, let's just say Travelers, MetLife, Hartford, any of these companies, they're sort of brokers. I mean, they do have their own books of business as well as their own personal trust accounts, but they're backed by somebody larger, somebody like Lloyd's of London, for example. And the big reinsurer, spreads their risk across the world. So the floods in Europe and the earthquakes in Japan and the hurricanes in Florida, they're all affecting, and of course the wildfires in California are affecting the prices of insurance. So unfortunately, stuff's going up. The East County is getting a little bit more difficult to insure, but we still have some carriers that are working out there. I do most of my business. I do business everywhere, but I do a lot of business in the high fire areas. So I am sort of a specialist in that area. I want to remind you guys that it's $100 per signed referral. So a little extra gas money for you guys, and love working with the agents at Team Metro. So if you guys have any questions, also for me to run a quote that is accurate, I'll need their dates of births and current addresses, and of course names and email and phone number. We did a comparison in our office where we had a client that was 65 and a client that was 35, and the difference in price was, maybe like 10 or 15%. So of course, the older people get a less expensive rate. They're typically a little more responsible. So in order to be accurate, it would be super helpful to have all the correct information. So thanks, guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and let's do some business.
That is knowledge to take home and chew on, because I just learned something I did not know. And Alicia said, and I know I see your name come up all the time in the threads when agents are asking for who can help. Alicia said, Joe saved me more than half on my homeowner's insurance and got me a better policy. So we're not just here to spam you. We're real people who use the real people we refer. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Awesome, you guys. Moving right along today. We've got some launch and growth spotlights to get to. Who wants to shout it out today, BB?
Yeah, I'll give it. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Let's give a shout out on Team Alicia. Rob Treadway opened his first escrow. He's in launch. Congratulations. And Team New got her another BRE signed. She's in launch as well. On Team Deborah, Yanette got her first BRE signed and launched. Great job. Kareen Isadora opened 3 escrows, closed an escrow on her Lakeside listing, and got a BRE signed. She's in growth, and she is kicking booty this year. So great job, Kareen. And Eric Robinson opened an escrow on his Julian land listing. He loves to sell land. Ask him why. Here's a little broker update. I'm going to pre-pitch next week's risk management meeting, because we're going to review a lot of the stuff. If you've had a transaction lately and there's overly complicated process, called the home hardening and defensible space. And if you had a transaction, you've been maybe confused on the compliance information we've been giving you back to go back and correct stuff. We're going to try and clean that up a little bit, make it simpler, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. And just a little correction. It's not Terry Levis that I'm interviewing on Thursday. It's Terry Barton. Sorry, my mind was not working. So it's Terry Barton. All right, back to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Robert. The fabulous Terry Barton is quite amazing, and we look forward to hearing from her. And let's see, I see Anthony, I see Matthew. Who's talking for movement today?
Hi guys, how are you? How's everybody? Really not much to report this week, except for the fact we know that there's insane volatility in the market right now. Just make sure if you have clients that are working with us, or if you just have any questions, feel free to send them over to us if they want to see what's happening with pre-approvals, with what's happening rate-wise. We just want to make sure that for any of these changes that are happening, that we have at least that step ahead, so you aren't going to run into any hiccups. Also, you guys will probably see some marketing stuff come out from us, from that HELOC program that we have launched that you've already heard coming out. But just if you have anybody that really wants to, be able to utilize that equity in their property, have a fixed rate, possibly get those funds within 5 to 7 days, it's an incredible process. Much, much better than having to go through a full cash out refinance and change that awesome rate that they possibly already have. So send them over our way. We can answer any questions for you. And I just hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week.
Thank you, Anthony. And yes, Alicia has thrown out props for the happy hour snacks after bowl. That was great. You guys continue to support everybody at every turn. So we appreciate you always. Please heed the advice, y'all. What's going on is changing by the minute. So make sure your people are up to date and pre-approved by someone that you trust. You would get a second opinion on dental work. You should probably get a second opinion on the way you're spending your money for the next 30 years. That's one to grow on. I'm a little wild when I'm on Zoom and no one's in the room with me to keep me in control. So maybe we should keep going. Bridget Potterton, I don't see you, but I know we have culture committee. Oh, there you are. Hey, Bridget.
Hello, sorry, I'm in the airport right now. I don't think we have any updates this week.
Bridget, okay. we have the poll.
Holiday party poll.
The quick holiday party poll.
Evie, do we have a poll to launch?
Yes, I do. Okay,
all right, Evie's going to launch a poll for a holiday party, and Bridget's going to figure out later when she has Wi-Fi what we're doing.
Yes, so this poll is basically, we've got our dates picked for our holiday party, which is Friday, December 16th. Now, and it's going to be a more casual setup where we can bring kids, So we will be at the Tavern Bowl right on the east in East Village. So we're trying to get everyone's votes on preferred time blocks. So we have two. Let me launch it right now. So I just need everyone to kind of just vote for the time block so we can decide which one's the best. So please go ahead and do so. Thank you very much. And we're excited to start the planning going for our holiday.
Awesome. So this year's party more at the Hangout, Vibe, Bowl, and Gather place. A little less high heels, a little more fun and frolic. And vote for your time. And thanks for participating.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm going to ask that anyone takes property pitches or buyer needs and throws them in the chat or takes them to the Facebook page. And we will go right to the fabulous Heather Brunelli. We had Heather on about 6 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Bridget Potterton brought Heather to mine and Ashley's attention and said, there's a lot of movement going on with the Keller authors, Keller Concierge. People want to talk about, like, Compass has this program. How do we do that? The reality is Heather's company does this in a beautiful way. Bridget has used them. She can vouch for them. She loves them. And Heather's company has a ton of options for you guys to use as agents. I will never sell you something. I want to be clear about that before she speaks. We bring in something that brings value to you and your clients and provides a solution for something that's hanging you up. So if they need to be staging, but no one can afford it, if they should be renovating something to upgrade and get more money out in the end, this is where you want to tune in and listen. This is the kind of thing you want to be able to throw in your listing package or talk to your buyers about. I'll let Heather explain the details to you, but listen with your brain of, oh my gosh, I'm getting some more white glove service options and I'm going to be able to help my clients in a better way going forward. Heather, go ahead.
Sarah, thanks for having me back again. Appreciate it. All right, let's share my deck here. And then I'll basically go through kind of our deep partner presentation. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat. And when I'm done, we'll come back, or I'm sure we'll open it up as well for questions then. All right, so as mentioned, Freemodel is a pre-sales renovation service provider. You can call us white glove or concierge. And for those of you that have never worked with a concierge program, I'm going to point out here why it's a win-win for both you as the agent and for the homeowner. Now, from the agent's perspective, we don't want you guys doing project management, coordinating painters, or even staging. We really want to give you guys time back in your day to be more productive, meaning selling the current listings that you have and winning more listings. And then lastly, as Sarah mentioned, even if you don't leverage Freemodel, but we're just a tool in your tool belt that you can offer your homeowners, I believe that that will also allow you to win more listings. Now, on the flip side, from the homeowner's perspective, we don't want them doing project management. As you guys know, we can't control that whole process. They're not going to have to pay cash up front out of pocket. And especially with the market that we've shifted into today, at least from my perspective, I'm seeing that buyers are wanting homes that are more cosmetically pleasing because they're going to have to spend more. And they want move-in ready. And then lastly, we obviously all want a happy client at the end of the day. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty. Why Freemodel? We've got local project directors throughout California. I'll show you a map of Southern California here shortly. But we've got 50 project directors right now, planned to be about 60 by the end of the year. Now, these project directors are going to be the folks that are going to run the projects for you and the homeowner from soup to nuts. So they are local boots on the ground. We also have a deep bench of local subcontractors. So as of today, we've got 475. That number is constantly growing. We have a team that is solely dedicated to onboarding and vetting out all of our subcontractors. So making sure they're licensed, bonded, and insured, checking out their BBB rating. And one little side nugget to throw out here is I always have agents say, Heather, I have a stager that I love that I've worked with, or a painter that I've worked with over the past several years. Can you work with them on your projects? Absolutely. If you have your own individual subcontractors, we can onboard them into Freemodel to leverage on your projects. Again, they just need to be licensed, bonded, and insured, and we would set them up to be paid by Freemodel. And lastly, we also have deep design skills within Freemodel. So all of our renovation project directors, let me rephrase that, are renovation trade experts themselves. And we also have an interior design team in-house that we can tap into as well. So we have super friendly business terms for your homeowners. We don't have a cap on what we're willing to spend. We've done everything from $5,000 cosmetic renovations to $500,000 deep renovations. We're typically trying to target the homeowner gets a 2.5x return on their investment. And then essentially we're deferring our payment up to 400 days that is then paid out of escrow when the home sells. So to kind of dive into that 400 days, when Freemodel is done with the project and we hand the project back to you as the agent to put it on the market, you have 1 year to get the home into contract and then an additional 35 days to close. So hence the 400 days. And then lastly, we're not a lender, so there's not going to be any interest fees or any hidden charges. The homeowner will get a fixed bid, let's say it's $50,000, and that's exactly what they'll be paying us back for, $50,000, not $50,000 plus 10% interest. Now, from a contractual perspective, Freemodel will do a home improvement contract directly between Freemodel and the homeowner, so leaving the brokerage and you as the agent out of that. And we'll also do a seller's escrow demand for the same dollar value that the home improvement contract is for. Now, for any projects that are greater than $50,000, we will do a deed of trust as a security instrument. So it's super easy to qualify with us. Little side note, if you ever run against Compass Concierge, they do everything that says no. They run credit, there's a background check, and there's an income requirement. We are not doing any of that. We have one underwriting criteria, which is we will look at the balance of the homeowner's current mortgage, plus whatever our project cost is, cannot exceed 70% of the after renovation value. That's it. Now, a majority of our business, I would say about 70%, is in pre-sales, meaning you guys as agents come to us to work on the home before you list it. But we will also work on what we call a post-sale as well as rentals. So a great example I heard a brokerage leader say is, with the higher interest rates, maybe homeowners can't afford that property that they once could. So you could also sell them a fixer, and Freemodel could be the person to remodel that property for them if they don't know who to go to for that. So the only difference between those bottom two bullet points here is we're not fronting the money, but we will remodel. And we'll still do that home improvement contract. And the next question agents ask me is, well, how do they pay? Essentially, we'll come up with payment terms, which typically is we would invoice the homeowner every 2 weeks while we're working on the project. So as I mentioned, we will provide a homeowner a fixed bid final quote. Just like any other contractor, we will do change orders. Typically, it's for hidden items that we couldn't see, at the onset, or more often than not, once we're working, people start asking for additional requests. We have a 1-year warranty that is passed over to the new buyer for extra protection. And then lastly, we are a general contractor by license, so we have our own general liability and workers' compensation insurance. And we will pretty much do and cover anything that you can think of. We're here to be problem solvers for both you as the agent and the homeowner. So, everything from moving expenses to interior painting, exterior painting, full-blown kitchen, bathroom remodels, cleaning, staging, landscaping. The things that we're typically looking to stay away from is anything that could take an extensive amount of time to get through the permitting process, like new additions, so adding square feet onto a property or building ADUs. And then we're specifically focused on residential in those urban and suburban areas. So speed to market. I like to say we can be as fast as the homeowner and the agent can be. This is kind of our workflow of sort of how it works. I don't know if Paul Tolentino is on here, but he started working with us on an opportunity that he had down in San Diego. But essentially he reached out to Freemodel. We did an intake call, found out what the address is, high level scope of work, what he thought the current value was today versus what it would be when we were completed. And essentially I connected him to one of our local project directors down in San Diego. And then they coordinated an initial walk together of the property. So they're talking about the scope, we're taking some photos. And then within 1 business day for a smaller project, sometimes 2 business days if it's a larger project, but we will deliver an initial estimate to you as the agent that you can then go and present to your homeowner. If the homeowner says, yes, I love this, I want to move forward, then we will bring all of our subcontractors to the property to provide us fixed bids and final quotes. And then we'll put together that home improvement contract, like I mentioned. And once we have that home improvement contract put together, we'll send it via DocuSign to the homeowner, CCing you as the agent, so you're in the loop. And as soon as they sign, we're off to the races, ordering materials, coordinating all of our subcontractors. Now, throughout the process, the project director will provide both you as the agent and the homeowner regular updates, so you don't have to drive back and forth to the property to check on the progress. You're always in the loop. And then obviously we want to deliver a home that you guys are proud to sell. And as soon as it's sold, we are then paid out of escrow. So although you guys are located in San Diego, you may end up doing business outside of San Diego County. So here's our Southern California map. All of these stars represent where at least one of our local project directors is located. So as you can see, we're all the way up in Santa Barbara. Some folks I know do some business out in Palm Desert, so we've got somebody there as well. So we've got you covered. And then a couple other additional services that we offer. We have a partnership with a company called Inspectify. So they're an inspection company, but they do pre and post inspections. So it's very interesting. We will bring them in at the onset of our project. They do their inspection, find all the deficiencies, and we can add remedying the deficiencies to our scope of work. Now, when we're done with the project, we'll actually bring the exact same inspector back out, and essentially they have a checklist saying, yep, Freemodel has resolved all of these items I found in my initial walkthrough. And that inspection fee, should the homeowner move forward, can get deferred to the close of escrow, just like all of our other scope of work. And then lastly, for those larger scale engagements, or for those post-sale where maybe a homeowner can't really envision what needs to be done to their home, we could do a design engagement, again, for a fee. And essentially, it's really to hone in on the scope of work as well as the finished goods and materials. So we would do a design board like this for every room that we're going to be doing for the homeowner, showing all those finished goods and materials visually. Also doing any architectural drawings that we might need in order to pull permits. And then the last part of that design engagement is to provide them with a fixed bid final quote. And that, again, is where they can make a decision if they want to move forward with Freemodel or not. So essentially, they have a shovel-ready project. We do offer marketing support. So I'll send this to Evie and Sarah, but we have one-page templated flyers that you guys can leverage for your listing presentations. We also love doing case studies with all of our agents. And again, that would be something you guys can leverage on your own personal website if you have one. And then everybody wants to see some case studies, some before and after. So here's just a few that I pulled, but we have plenty more on freemodel.com. And you'll notice that we're working in all different price points. So, condos, townhomes, all the way to, your luxury single family as well. So here's one we did in Studio City. Spent $217,000, earned the homeowner an extra $682,000. So as you can see, we did an entire bathroom renovation, new flooring. I mean, everything was done, soup to nuts, from the floor through the walls. And the kitchen, new flooring, new painting, new backsplash, new countertops. And then we did a lot of landscaping work. I know we only have one photo here, but a lot of exterior. So landscaping, updating, repainted the home as well, and kind of refaced around the pool, if you can see that. And then there was some staging done throughout on this property. This one's a great cosmetic example that we did in Redondo. So not a deep renovation. Spent $42,000, earned the homeowner an extra $108,000. So in the living space, you can see, nice refreshed carpet, staging, repainted the fireplace. Obviously repainted everything as well. In the kitchen, not too much, got rid of that ugly orange wall color there, refreshed that, added some hardware and some new lighting. And then in the bedroom, obviously new carpeting, new painting, and staging. I think I have one more. Yes, this is a little baby bungalow that we did in South Bay, spent $46,000, earned the homeowner an extra $151,000. So small space, but we were able to update a lot. Obviously, an entire kitchen update. Same thing with the bathroom. And then in the living space, obviously some new flooring, new painting, and staging as well. So the best way to get a hold of us is on freemodel.com. Right on our landing page, there's a little button that says, let's talk, fill out that. I think a couple lines in a form, and we will reach back out to you and do an intake call with you. So it's great, even if you don't have a project, but you have some initial questions, you can get a hold of us that way too. And I will stop and answer any questions. questions that everybody has. All right, looks like we've got maybe some in the chat. I'll hop in.
Yeah, so I was just trying to find the mute button, believe it or not. And I saw Dana ask, Dana, do you want to come off mute or do you want me to just read it? Not every remodel and listing is in a, I'm assuming you mean high net worth HNW neighborhood. You take into consideration the neighborhood for remodel.
Yeah, I tried pulling kind of different examples. You know, it depends obviously what area that we're working in. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're doing some in, you know, Mission Viejo for $20,000 cosmetic renovations. We will remodel based on the comps and the neighborhood. And so we customize our renovation specifically for the home. And we also are hearing your guys' input as the agent. You're the experts in your area. So we want to have your feedback as well on what we should update.
And it sounds like based on what you went through, you said you look at the return on investment and where the equity is to be pulled out of the home to make sure the owners are also going to get the return on investment. So it's really like, that's why that human walking the property with the agent is important, to really see a personal perspective, not just fill out a form and click a button.
1,000%. Yes.
Okay, and then Rob Paul asked about cracked slabs.
Oh, will we renovate cracked slabs? Is that the question, I'm guessing? Or fix them, remedy them?
Rob?
Yes. If you guys do repair work for that.
Yeah, I will definitely take a look at it. I don't know why we wouldn't. Foundation, I guess, that could be potentially. Or somebody's asking for any other structural repairs. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. Again, to Sarah's point, we're always trying to make sure that we're getting the return as well for the homeowner. But yeah, we're not afraid. We've knocked down grow houses. We've had hoarder houses. Yes, not afraid at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions coming out, you guys? Feel free to ask them. Don't be shy. And it sounds like, if I remember from last time and this time combined, and having this speed to get to the property as well, if there's something you're thinking this might be a fit for, just fill out the form and get the person to walk it with you and see if it's an option, right? I read something recently, or it was in one of my masterminds. I don't know. I'm learning all the things daily for you guys. So, and it was the person with the most options wins.
Yeah.
So understand that this is options. And if you're facing anything that you think could be a solution, then pursue the path and find out. You only know by asking. Anything else? Or we can thank Heather for your time today. I know this is an incredible value add. I'm happy to keep bringing it back to the agents. Like I said, this is a tool in your tool belt that helps you be a better agent for your clients, not only selling or buying, but now also renting as well. So if someone has a different property need, you're hitting all buckets. So thank you, Heather, for that. We will say, you have time back today, so go click on that Google link Jacqueline dropped in above and pursue the contest details right now, and take these 22 minutes and go make 22 more phone calls and get your business growing. Next week is Broker Bob on Zoom for, if I post the link again, oh, the Google Drive link. Yeah, we'll post the Google Drive link again. I won't turn it off, so if you're getting links out of the chat, go ahead and ask now. We'll get there. Next week is Broker Bob. You guys, I will ask you again, if you have a need financially for Bold and want to participate and feel like you need help with that, fill out the scholarship that I put on the page. If you have questions, ask me, ask your coach. We are here to help you have tools to get into action right away. Please do them. We can't come live in your house and do them for you. That gets weird. Otherwise, we are here to help you every step of the way. We'll make sure those links are in there, and go have a beautiful day. Toodles.